In just a few short weeks, fans everywhere will be climbing, jumping and smashing their way through Dying Light: The Beast. And with me to answer some of our burning questions is franchise director Timon Smektala. Welcome, Timon. Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, it's a pleasure to be here.
So it's been a while since we've seen series protagonist, first game protagonist, Kyle Crane.
10 years.
10 long years.
Yes, absolutely.
10 years for us.
10 years for us,
and
but actually even more for him.
For him.
Yep.
Why did you bring him back for The Beast?
Because we love Kyle Crane, but actually our love for Kyle Crane is like this, but our community love for Kyle Crane reaches the roof. So everyone is crazy about Kyle Crane within the players of Dying Light. And we have been hearing on every meeting, every event, can you bring the guy back? Like, we want him back. Where is Kyle Crane? So we decided to do so. This is the 10th anniversary of the series for us, because the first game was released 10 years ago. So we decided it's time for Kyle Crane to get back. But then I also need to say something to the newcomers, to the people who have never heard about Dying Light or Kyle Crane. Guys, don't be afraid. You can play The Beast. The game explains itself beautifully. You will get who the character is, and he's actually quite cool and quite unique.
And while we've been waiting for Kyle Crane to come back, he's been having a terrible time.
Yes, absolutely. So he was captured and he was experimented upon by this guy named the Baron. So Baron is like kind of this mad scientist that's trying to achieve his sinister goal. Of course, I'm not spoiling. But to do that, he was experimenting on Kyle. He was kind of tweaking his DNA, injecting some nasty stuff into his veins. And because of that, he wanted to break Kyle, but actually he created a monster. He created the Beast. And in this game, Kyle Crane is the Beast. He's not only a master survivalist, he can survive on his own, in the woods, in the forest, using machetes, crafting weapons, crafting accessories, like finding some bandages, etc. But then from time to time, under pressure, when he gets agitated, he can unleash the rage, the fury, the wrath within him, something that we are calling the beast mode. And it's really cathartic. Like, this is a moment where you can really kind of turn the tables and deal damage and pay to the world what it's doing to you.
So he's a much angrier dude this time around.
He is angrier, and actually at the start of the game he's actually super angry. Like, this is like, you can feel that in his emotions, in how he talks. We have a great voice actor, Roger Craig Smith, basically a legend in voice acting business, and it's really conveyed very well. Like, you play the game and you feel that there's a lot bubbling in the guy. But then he starts meeting people. He escapes the Baron's lab with the help of a character named Olivia. Then he meets survivors that are trying to struggle in this valley of Castor Woods where the game takes place. And like, as always, like when you talk to people, you kind of soften a little. He opens a little to them. He realizes that he cannot really take revenge on Baron by himself. He needs to create an opposition, like build an opposition against him. So he's basically helping other people to motivate them to oppose the Baron.
All right, I want to get into beast mode, but just quickly, tell me about Castor Woods, the new setting, the new location.
Oh, it's beautiful. I guess if I wouldn't be there, I would love to be in Castor Woods, because it's a place which is modeled after Swiss Alps. So it's like we can see that on the screen, it's like a very beautiful valley. Mountains on the horizon, touristy town in the middle, lots of forests, hiking trails, farm fields. We also have like dirtier, like less beautiful places, let's say swamps or generally a lot of like dark forests, but it's a place that you would love to visit if not for the zombies there, right? So and actually what's interesting is that it's quite a new place for us, because all of the Dying Light games have been taking place inside cities, and this is different. Like, they are not everywhere it's so easy to parkour, not everywhere it's so easy to kind of chain those moves, but because of that, it works better for the survival horror experience that Dying Light: The Beast brings, because you feel fragile, you feel exposed, you feel that the zombies can see you from afar, and it really adds a lot to the atmosphere and the tension that you feel in the game.
Okay, and so we're seeing a lot of key differences from the previous Dying Light games, but also like the series DNA, the Dying Light DNA.
Absolutely.
What have you learned making these Dying Light games that you brought to the beast?
Oh, a lot. But I think the most important thing is we have learned that you need to focus on details, because actually the details are the things that make the Dying Light experience, like how the sun moves on the horizon, like when the zombies, the sun sets, they look at the sun setting down, like all of those little things, the physics of combat, like when you hit a zombie, like how detailed the reactions are. With Dying Light games, we're always striving to create something that's very immersive, something that really puts you into the world that you have created. And what we discovered is that you cannot really achieve that if you only are using like very broad brush strokes. You really need to nail all of the details. So this is something that we have learned as developers, but also something that we have learned from our community. I think the generally all of the communities for all of the games are very brutal right now for developers, because they really kind of look at very specific, very small things. And as a developer, you just have to deliver that to make the players happy.
Yeah, players are demanding, and they have an eye for
Yes,
detail.
exactly.
For real, for real.
Exactly.
So in the recent preview on IGN for Dying Light the Beast, we called Beast Mode like Super Dying Light.
Absolutely.
So how does the game, tell me, how does the game change when you're in Beast Mode?
Well, it changes a lot. So like we had some experience with that, because Dying Light game also has the day and night cycle that changes the experience, right? So even with the day and night cycle, we almost have like 2 games in one. And now with the Beast Mode, we again have 2 games in one, because when you are not in the beast mode, you are a regular human. Like, you can jump as far as a human can, you can hit as strong as a human can. And to survive, you have to use all of your brains, all of your instincts. And in the beast mode, you really get brutal, you really get powerful. You can run faster, you can jump higher, you can reach places which are basically unreachable to humans. So this kind of opens a new layer of the map and opens a new layer of possibilities for you to solve challenges in front of you. At the start of the game, you don't have that much control over when you trigger the beast mode, where you go into the beast mode, because the rage is so kind of bubbling, as I said, inside Kyle, that sometimes it just bursts. And then you can basically, then you are using this mostly for combat. But what happens in the middle part of the game, where you start to control the beast mode a little bit more, you can actually start using it to, as I said, to get to the places to solve traversal, geometrical puzzles. So it really is kind of like another tool that you can use as you explore, as you are trying to survive in this world.
Okay, so Beast Mode eventually becomes a choice that you can
yes,
turn
absolutely,
on and off.
absolutely.
And is the game still scary? Is it still a horror game?
It is.
Even when you're a beast?
It is, and there's a couple of reasons why that happens. So first of all, we have really we have spent a lot of time trying to get the atmosphere right, get the kind of the feel of the game right. And I think this is the most important thing in a game like this, because to get scared, you need to get drawn into the experience. You really need to feel that you are there, you need to focus on the screen, probably you dim your lights in your room when you play it, and then when you're there, every jump scare, every emergent moment, then they can really scare you, right? If you play kind of carelessly, without paying attention much, then it's hard to scare you. So the first thing that we do is we basically put all of the strings, the music, the visuals, to get you into the screen, and then jump scares, emergent behaviors of our volatiles, the night predators. That's actually very interesting, because of how they are coded. As developers, we are also getting scared by them. We also don't know what they are going to do, because they have, not only they behave kind of like smart beings, very powerful and scary, but still smart beings, but they're actually designed in a way that sometimes you think they're doing something, they're going in this direction, but sometimes they just start twitching and suddenly turn around, right? So they constantly keep you on your toes. And so there's a number of things that we are doing to get you scared. And the beast mode doesn't destroy it at all, because still the beast mode is basically time limited. You cannot use it all the time. You don't have control for it for a very long duration of the game. So of course, it is a helper, I would say. It is something that can allow you to get through some difficulties, but it's a very scary game, really.
Okay. Obviously, Beast Mode is major. It's the big deal. Other new things in the game, though. I understand you've got a flamethrower, a grenade launcher.
Absolutely. So there's a bunch of things that we have kind of added to the Dying Light experience. So there are vehicles, for one, so you don't have to parkour everywhere. Sometimes you can just drive. Of course, we are trying to keep the survival feel of the game, so the vehicle can be destroyed. You need to fuel that, so it's not, again, like a solution to everything. You mentioned flamethrower, absolutely. A number of weapons, new weapons, saw blade launcher that we have just saw, flamethrower, grenade launcher, a couple of additional things that we have hidden in the game. I generally advise anyone to play the game and really explore it, because when you look behind the corner, if you look like what's hidden here and there, you will find plenty of items, secrets, Easter eggs, and weapons that make the experience more enjoyable.
Do you have a personal favorite among the new weapons?
I think the flamethrower, really. Like, for some reason, like, okay, maybe it's not the first thing that you do in a zombie game, but still a flamethrower zombies kind of makes sense, right? So we have added flamethrower now, and it's really like very cool to just hold it. You see a horde of zombies in front of you, you just spray them with fire. I really like that.
Classic. Can't
yes,
wait
classic,
for that.
absolutely.
Thank you so much, Timon.
Thanks so much.
And there you have it. Thanks, Timon, for stopping by. Dying Light the Beast drops September the 19th on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series and PC, and you can wishlist it right now on the official Gamescom Steam event. For more Gamescom 2025, please stick with IGN.